Welcome to Training in the Trenches with Anisha Aurora. This is my June 25th speed lower training log. This was a great workout. If you'll remember from my last lower body training session, I talked about going into lower body workouts with a renewed mindset, watching my routine, watching the stories I was telling, and then I showed you the results of that in that training log. In this one, there are more results because I started to groove a pattern. I recognized things I needed to do in order to have a successful, positive, and enjoyable lower body training session. So besides the stuff I've already talked about in other videos, the routine of my morning, I did that again. But this time, I started telling myself the stories that I needed to tell before the workout, not just the morning of, but all week long. I thought about what I wanted to bring into each of my training sessions, including this one. And I thought about it in a way that made it positive. I reminded myself of the things I wanted to work on, but not as a form of beating myself up. And it might be the first time I've done it that way. It wasn't, oh, you're so bad at X, Y, and Z. It was, no, I am a good squatter. I'm a good deadlifter. I'm a good bencher. To get better, I need to work on these things, and these things will build a skill base that will get me to the weights that I want to be moving at the speed and with the quality that I want to be moving them. And it totally reframed for me weak point assessment. Now, Jaren and I talk a lot about weak point assessment and working on weak points in our training programs on Cynical TV. And I'm not going to lie, I hated the term weak point assessment. It just felt blah to me. But by looking at it differently and not saying, oh, you're weak, which is how I was taking it, so I was projecting on the name, right? But looking at it and saying, this is my rate limiter. I can't grow beyond this thing. Until I get this right, I'm stuck at this weight. But once I get it right, it can become a strength. And so that was a mind shift for me, and a really important one. You'll notice, if you're watching the video and not just listening to my words, that set after set, I'm moving better. I'm hitting depth better. I'm landing on my heels better. I'm moving the bar faster and with more confidence. And that felt really good. I didn't actually believe it was happening because it didn't feel like it was happening. And then Jaren said, you have to watch the videos. And I did, and I was surprised. And I took the time to celebrate what I did right and the outcome of setting that intent. And doing that has made me more aware of the areas that I want to strengthen. It's not, oh, you have to fix this, you have to fix that. No, I'm looking at it from a perspective of, I want to be the best I can in this sport at all three lifts. And to do that, I get to work on my stance in my deadlift, my pelvic position in my squat, landing on my heels, putting the pressure on my heels and pushing off from the floor. All of these different things I get to work on. And it's a totally different mindset that started 2 weeks ago when I decided that I was going to be willing to change the story I told around lower body workouts and the squat in particular. And that story is, I'm a 400-pound squatter. I love to squat, and I squat well. And to support that, bringing my habits, my routine in line with what needs to happen to bring that story to reality. This workout this whole training session, I can look at now and see the result of setting that intent. And I get excited about that because that means that I can see more results going forward. That's a fast result in my mind, because the things I did well were things that just 2 weeks ago I wasn't doing well and I wasn't willing to address. Changing the story made me willing to address the things I didn't even want to see before. It increased my awareness, which helped my intent, and then is helping me work through the tension of knowing that I have weaknesses in these areas. And all of that builds my integrity in the lifts, my capacity to lift more weight, better, faster, and with more confidence. And the rest I have in walking into a training session saying, I've got this. Because until this workout, I never walked into a lower body workout saying, I've got this, I can do this, and I'm going to do it well and enjoy it in the process. That is just some of the results that come from setting an intent and being aware of what you want and why you want it. And I'm looking forward to seeing what the results of that are going to be this coming Friday as the intent becomes a pattern in my life. This has been Training in the Trenches with Anisha Aurora. If you haven't already, I invite you to click subscribe now so you don't miss a single episode. For more of my content, visit StrongerAtRest.com, where you can sign up for my newsletter and receive exclusive posts not shared in other places. This episode is brought to you by Cenacle TV, Vitality Education on Demand. There, Jaron and I equip you to defy the status quo. Define vitality for yourself based on your own identity and values. Develop the capacity to live the truths you discover out loud and be deployed into your families, workplaces, and communities in the fullness of who you were created to be. Enjoy a free 1-week trial as well as half off your first month by using promo code StrongerAtRest.